Hello, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. This week I'm using Philippians 4 verse 8 as my theme behind these video thoughts, trying to take one of several words that Paul uses for us each day so that I can make a concentrated effort at that word that day. So Paul's verse that we're using, chapter 4 verse 8 of Philippians, says that we're to think about things that are true or honorable, and then the third word he uses, things that are right. It's dikaios in the Greek. You can translate it just. You can translate it upright. It's the idea of something being correct in a legal sense. Even it's got a lot of legal usage behind the word. So what does that mean for me today? What does it mean for you? If Paul wants us to think about things that are dikaios in the Greek, things that are just or are right, well, think of it like a straight line. We're not supposed to be thinking crooked thoughts. We're not supposed to be trying to figure out how to get ahead at the expense of what is fair and right and just. We're not to be trying to scheme our way into a position that's advantageous for us as opposed to one that is fair and just and right. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't try our hardest. It doesn't mean we don't do our best. It doesn't mean in business or certainly in legal circles that I don't try to win cases, for example. I do. I try real hard, but always within the lines of what is fair and right and just, what is dikaios. Now, you may not be a lawyer. You may not be in business. You may just be someone who's delivering Uber Eats or something. It doesn't mean, though, that you're not trying to think about the things that are just and the things that are right. When I was teaching last Sunday, I used the example of going to the grocery store and realizing when I got to my car that they failed to charge me for a 12-pack of Diet Root Beer. And I thought, oh, it's their fault. They should have gotten that. And I did. I sat there and thought, well, I guess, I don't know. Do I really need to? I give them so much business. They make a good profit. I'm sure they allot for losses, and it is their no. It kicks into gear. I want to be thinking in terms that are just. I want to be thinking in terms that are right. And I marched myself back into that store, something I did not have time or desire to do. Said, hey, you didn't charge me for this. I need to pay for it. And the fellow behind the counter was a bit stunned. He said, well, thank you. And I said, oh, don't thank me. I mean, if I'd taken it, I'd have been stealing, and I don't really like to steal. So, you don't need to thank me for not stealing. But it's this idea of doing and thinking about what's right, what's just. It's treating people fairly. It's not trying to shortchange people. It's not trying to cut a corner on people. It's not trying to cut a corner on God. And so today, I'm going to make a deliberate effort. I want to consciously, all day today, think about things that are right, that are just, dwelling on those. Let that guide my life. That's your video thought for the day.